As somebody who loves playing video games, I've always struggled with how to balance my borderline addiction with it while still remaining productive enough to achieve all my goals. I mean, in today's time, it is quite obvious that it is getting increasingly difficult to focus on doing anything just because of how much distractions are there in life. It can come in the form of video games, in your favorite Netflix shows, or the 101 things that you can do on your phone. Focusing on something is getting so difficult because there is so much access to easy dopamine in today's time. And most likely, if you're watching this video, you probably have a few goals that you're not really making as much progress as you would like to because you're being distracted by all of these other things. The general advice to overcoming this problem is that you should probably just stop doing what's distracting you. Just quit playing video games, just cancel that Netflix subscription, just go ahead and delete that social media app, right? But in my opinion, that is not a very sustainable way to actually achieve your goals. In fact, many people have tried this and they fail and they fall right back into their bad habits. And that is why in today's video, I wanted to share how I successfully integrated video games into a productivity sorry, I can't pronounce that. Productivity. Blah, 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 blah. That is why in today's video, I want to share how I successfully integrated video games into a productivity loop where I'm able to still enjoy my love for video games and actually motivate me in order to push forward and achieve all my goals. So let's get into it. The thing that makes achieving goals so difficult is that we simply lack motivation. There's not much incentive to do something when the reward is just so far ahead. Most often than not, for the meaningful goals in life like health, wealth, relationships, it takes a long time to mature and we simply do not have the patience, the motivation to sit through all the tough times to actually get there. And it's quite unfortunate because we live in a society right now where we're constantly being hit with easy dopamine hits, right? You're scrolling on TikTok, you're watching television, within like 30 minutes, you get that reward, you get that excitement, that laugh, whatever it is, and that keeps you coming back for more. But when it comes to real life goals, my goodness, let me tell you, it takes such a long time to actually get to where you want to go. So what exactly is the trick? Well, you need to simply create a reward system for yourself. You need to find a way you can reward yourself so you're able to stick through the tough times as you pursue that long-term goal. And this is what I realize when I'm playing video games, because there is a chemical that's released in your brain called dopamine when you're getting any sort of excitement, any sort of reward when you're doing the thing that you enjoy. And when I'm playing video games, what I found was that the video games that really kept me hooked, they were constantly rewarding me with level ups, new skills, new items, whatever it is. Whereas the ones that don't really do that, I got bored of it very quickly. When I'm translating this to real life, what I realized was I need to find a way to reward myself for doing the tough things. For example, if you're say trying to go to the gym a lot more frequently, you now need to set yourself a small reward for achieving that goal. You cannot simply say like, okay, for the next year, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week and that's that. Because now you don't really have a plan, right? That's simply just a goal for you to meet, but how are you going to motivate yourself to do so? And that's how I kind of figured out you need to turn your distractions into ammunition. You need to turn your distractions into a way to reward yourself, right? So say you really love watching Netflix, right? You're absolutely obsessed with it, you're putting so much time into it. So what you want to do instead is, instead of using it as a distraction, you want to now use it as a reward. If you're able to go to the gym, then you get that reward that you specify. And I use this all the time with video games because I was so obsessed with video games, and I simply have to take some of those goals, put it in front of the video games, saying that if I accomplish this, then I can reward myself. It's basically delayed gratification, but oftentimes when we were kids, we were done this a lot by our parents, right? Our parents like, finish off your homework, then you get to play video games. But the problem is, as adults, we kind of just unleashed ourselves. We're just doing whatever we want all the time. And what happened is we just kind of forgotten that, we just have to hold off on doing the fun stuff until we get the difficult things done. And when we do this, it becomes a lot more fun to actually do the tough things in order to actually get that reward at the end of the tunnel. And at the same time, we're also making progress towards our long-term goal. What I realized is that in video games, one of the most satisfying things for me is when I've looked back and I saw how much progress I've made, how much stronger my character have gotten, how much further in the game I've pushed through, how much bigger the base that I've built have gotten. All these little things motivates me in order to keep on playing the game. And you should apply this mindset to your own life goals as well. As you continue to push through the game, you will start to see little improvements that's going to constantly push you towards that long-term goal. Because what's important is you realize that it takes a long time to achieve things and you need to celebrate the little wins. That's why it's so important for you to always look forward to tackling those challenges in order to enjoy the reward. If you do that enough, eventually your mindset will change that that this is going to be the norm, this is what's to be expected. It is expected for me to do tough things in order to get to that long-term goal. And what's so powerful about looking back is you need to kind of assess, right? Because everything's not just gonna go smoothly all the time. You will fail, you will have difficult times. So you need to kind of look back like, what could I have done better? You know, were there little things that made it a little bit more difficult? Can you tweak things a little bit more? Was the challenge too difficult? You know, could you make it a little bit easier? Did I miss a day? You know, and if I missed that day, what really went wrong? It is okay to mess up once in a while as long as you're constantly re-evaluating how you can constantly improve. That's what really matters. And that's why looking back and actually reflecting on stuff to continue to build momentum is so important. So I highly recommend you try this method out. I find that this helped me out so much over the last 2-3 years in improving on my health, my wealth, you know, my relationship. You want to just implement little changes to your life and actually use those distractions as something to motivate yourself, because I know that things can get way too overwhelming very quickly, and oftentimes we don't really see a path to get there. So what you need to do is you need to find a way to reward yourself in the short term to keep you motivated and push through all the tough times, because it's really more about the journey itself, because eventually you will reach the destination wherever long it may take, right? But it's important that you enjoy the journey right now and you're constantly pushing through. And when you have something to look forward to, it becomes very easy to push through all the difficult things. At least that's what really helped me out. That's what helped me do all the tough things, and there's going to be many of them in life. Please let me know down in the comments below if any of these help you out or if you agreed with any of the things. And that's about it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and check out this video over here for more content like this. My name's 𝗧𝗺𝗀𝗺, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Take care. Peace.